Hello, my Golf Clash friends. Yeah, well, I thought I'd upload my best expert 9. It was the front 9 of the weekend round. I was able to get a minus 18. So these are my shots, both of them, unless, I didn't need to, it was an obvious putt. I wouldn't. So I played, this is the fall major or autumn major. So I use this plus 20% downhill using the rock, absolutely no top spin or side spin. And so it's a max adjustment using my rock 7. And I always found this scary because the way it bounced going down that hill, it looked like it was going so fast that I was going to end up in the bunker, which I did in the opening round on the front. But I like how it stays up on that hill. So because I'm up on the hill, my next shot I played at plus 15. But I think I adjusted wrong because I did a Ballinger. Anyways, I played it about 20% down or 15% downhill. And right at about, I think it's about 20% club. And I noticed that I didn't get the ball guide to go directly to the hole like a lot of people were doing that were just sinking it. So I was just eyeballing where that was going to go, and obviously it would have gone left if I hadn't hit a great right. And because they still haven't fixed the stupid replays here, you can't see the ball, but it was a great right. And that great right awarded me my very first drop on hole 1. I had never done that in any of the previous rounds. So that started off as a minus 2. Then I got to play my friend, the Sandman, Eric, which was awesome. Don't get to match up with somebody I know very often, but we were in the same bracket, so yeah, it was pretty sweet to match up with another 19th family and somebody that I converse with. So I'm adjusting at plus 25% downhill. I'm using a Win 5 Power 2 ball and no top and no backspin, almost to right, and thought right to the hole, and obviously I hit perfect.
Perfect shot.
Really was thinking that this was gonna drop, but I guess I should have backed up just a little bit of a tad off that right spin, or moved the ball guide a little bit farther left. That kind of hurt. Yeah, that hurt a lot actually. So I didn't drop that as an eagle. So I was sitting at 3 under, and then we went to hole 3. So no elevation on this. I am using my extra mile. In the opening round, I went a little bit too far, leaving it right at max, so I backed the ball guide up a little bit to give myself a little bit of air because I did hit the rough and dribbled over, so that wasn't a very good thing, but I still did a max adjustment. And I did give it a little bit of OP just to make up for it. I guess I could, because I was trying to get farther down the fairway.
Perfect shot.
I got to hit it perfect. I hit a nice little fairway and managed to get the 372 yards. So now I'm trying something that I've never tried before, and that's using the Guardian backspin. Well, I tried it in the opening round, but it didn't work. So I'm trying it here, and I'm at approximately 50% or 20% club, I believe I was using. I did max backspin and one left spin. Yeah, one left spin. And then I moved my ball guide over just a tad so that I was at a pretty good angle and a 20% adjustment on my club and plus 10% downhill. And I hit it perfect. And it was perfect. So I got my first drop on hole 3. I was absolutely ecstatic. Absolutely ecstatic. And then we went to hole 4, which is a par 3. And just like Pete and JJ put together, I did it at just when the ball guide goes to 4 yards, right to the red to the rough. I did 5 right spin, 1 back spin, and elevation at plus 10% with a max adjustment on the rings. I didn't drop the ring count any, even though, like the slider, I didn't use the slider. I just put the wind in and used max numbers. And I hit perfect again. And it was bang on. So that put me at 8 under after 4 holes. Pretty dang happy. So then we went on to hole 5. This had been a challenge. And as you will see, I was still challenged by it on the front 9. On the back 9, I did manage to get it to drop for an eagle, but as you will see, there's some issues here. So I was still kind of clueless about how much top, how much right, yeah, what to do. I had an 11 wind. I was kind of guessing because I hadn't seen too many people using the EM8 on this, and if, you know, and the wind varied from like 9% to, or 9 to 11. I used a little bit of OP on the half a ball curl and went right between the trees and flew right over into the rough. So that was a bit of a whoops. And so my second shot, oh, maybe I did drop it. Oh. Oh, and I did that with no elevation, by the way, the drive. There was 0 elevation, even though it was uphill, but it didn't seem to make any difference. So I guess I did drop this. I went to the rapier for the first time too, and because it had so much more top spin.
Great shot.
And hit great, but great doesn't matter. Ball guide's so small that it doesn't make any difference. So I did drop that, so that was 10 under after 5. Yeah, and so here's hole 6. This one gave me absolute grief. I really wish I was able to been able to figure this hole out. In tour play, I didn't seem to have much problems, but this one I certainly did in this tourney. So, or I don't know if I've ever really dropped this for an eagle. So this is plus 20% downhill, and pardon me, using, I should have used full top, and so full adjustment, and then push it back uphill. And this is something I just learned as well, and that is if you turn the ball guide around like this, you can line it up so that you can push it straight forward. And I thought that that was a brilliant idea, because a lot of times you don't know if you're pushing straight forward when you're on an angle from the pin and the tee. So yeah, I did not use full OP, and I should have, obviously. So I used about 3/4 OP, and that was not a good idea. Definitely needed full overpower. And then thought I gave myself a fair amount of room here to hit right. Used full right spin, a little bit of back spin, and yeah, I thought I gave myself enough room using a max adjustment. But never fails when you got a glitchy hole that, in your mind.
Great shot.
I hit quite a great right, and actually that did pretty good.
Nice on.
Wow, that actually was pretty close. On the back nine, I ended up hitting the rough on that great. So yeah, I couldn't seem to hit perfect on that second shot. I don't know why. So I putted it in for, which is it's a decent distance. There we go with those glitchy ball guides again and glitchy replays. Didn't even show that I moved my ball guide. What is with that? So, I don't know how many that is now. I think that's 12. So here's hole 7. This one, and was it? No. I did drop hole 7 in the shootout on the back 9. Shootout for hole 6. Anyways, I have dropped this one a couple of times using our adjustments. So plus 10% downhill. Ball guide right beside the 2 shadows, the blue. Beside the 2 shadows, and trying to line that ball guide up just at the hole or just before the hole, and adjusting minimum distance. So we're starting to get a little running out of time. Hit perfect. Shot. But inevitably, and I hit the middle just like it's supposed to, and inevitably it went past. And I don't know how many times that exact same results at 184 yards. It's just so silly. That was a silly hole. I'm glad it's not the golden shot. And so here we're on to show hole 8. Now doing the power hook. So plus 10% downhill. Using full back and 4 left. and adjusting 12 rings, 10 and 12. And doing max curl or max OP and curl almost to the and I don't know how that happened, but I ended up hitting the stupid tree sitting in the middle of the sky. So I'm sitting way up on the hill. I have to do a save here. Holy. So I did plus 30% downhill. And I'm sitting way up on top. Yeah, it's about 20%, or probably, I did it probably close to 40% club. Some top spin, some right spin. %40 club. Not a very big adjustment.
Great shot.
Hit great right. And got dang lucky.
Eagle.
Boy, did I get lucky on that one. That was an awesome save. I was, yeah, thank God for Mr. Ballinger there. Those Ballinger greats work. So I'm sitting at 16, or pardon me, I'm sitting at 17. What was I sitting at? 15. 15 after 7. And so then we go on to the last hole. And this is hole 9. I'd had a lot of grief in going too far on this drive. So max right, or max left, I mean, or almost max. I didn't do max left. Interesting. I thought I did max left and one top. Red ring halfway in, plus 10% downhill. Full max adjustment on that, even if you're bringing it back, no slider. And I did a little bit over half a ball left curl.
Perfect shot.
Hit perfect. And it brought me down to 323. And because I had my sniper 10, I was pretty happy about this. This I did plus 5 uphill. And I put the right at the shadow, white ring, inside of the white ring to the left, 4 top and 2 left, and the ball guide going just past the hole on the left. And again, max, almost a max adjustment. It wasn't easy to get this to adjust because the silly trees are in the way. A little bit of a guess there. Hit perfect.
Shot.
Fingers crossed. Still goes to the right of the hole, even though you aim to the left. But left spin. I got my Albie. That ended up being my minus 18 front. So, pretty dang happy about that. Yes, so thank you very much for watching. I don't think I can still see can't see the tournament anymore. So to show my scorecard. But I did get a minus 18 and a minus 31, which, because I only got a minus 13 on the back, I parred the hole 10, ended up in the bunker, and it was just one disaster after another. I parred 3 times on the back, or timed out 3 times on the back 9. I just was so excited and so nervous. Not a good thing to do. So this is my scorecard, getting up there with games played, and yeah, managed my best expert finish, which was 19th for the fall major. So, thanks very much for watching, and good luck in the upcoming tournament. And yeah, Holiday Hills. Good luck, everyone. See you in the chats or on the course.